Alright, so we are back. We're making a tier list today of all the cities I've been to or I have lived. If you haven't checked out my country tier list, make sure to check that out first. I think it's about 15 countries to cover, so there's gonna be a lot of cities. I'll keep it as short as possible. So here we go. So first on the list, I want to do Hong Kong first. I was thinking whether I should do Hong Kong for my country tier list or city tier list, but it's kind of a controversial topic, so I'll just keep it in the city tier list. Hong Kong is I think it was my first time taking airplane. My memory to this place is kind of limited, but I think it's pretty mid. I was a kid. I was like a really young, maybe like 8 or 9 years old. Honestly, most of my memories were about the Disneyland. It was my first time going to Disneyland as a kid. It was a blast, and the city's got really great nightlife, really great cityscape. Whether it's daytime or nighttime, it looks gorgeous, and all those apartment complex. It's pretty stunning, but it's just the population density is just too much. I love Disneyland, but everything else is just meh to me. Okay, Bangkok. I want to give Bangkok I think it's a mid city. I mean, it's an okay city, but I'm not too crazy about it. Thailand itself, it's got a rich culture, and the capital city is just like one of the best cities to travel to as a beginner to traveling. Like over there, you can not only see the Thailand culture, you can also a network to some other travelers and stuff. Like Thailand is a really beginner level for international traveler. I don't know, I'm not too crazy about it, either the Buddhism or some other stuff. I mean, it's an okay city to me. Pattaya city on the other hand, I prefer Pattaya than Bangkok, honestly. Thailand is super hot, so I need some ocean breeze. Pattaya city has the population density is that crazy, and you can still feel the rich culture over there. And I don't know, the vibe is just really chill. I saw the first the Ladyboy show over there, and the 3D museum. It was pretty fun. Yeah. Phuket. I feel like Phuket is another version of Pattaya. I don't know. It's kind of similar, but I prefer Pattaya still than Phuket. Yeah, if you want a hardcore beach vibe, I think Phuket is the one. But Pattaya city has some a modernness to the beach city, but Phuket is really hardcore. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a B. Yeah. All right, Tokyo. Objectively one of the best cities in the world and most peaceful cities also. But to me, I don't think it's an S to me. I think it's an A. I lived there for 4 months. Actually, first impression was awesome, and the more I lived there, I just feel like some the dark side of the society. Tokyo has some a deep culture. If you work there, you have to follow some unnecessary rules and stuff. It's the city has the most population density. I don't know why I mentioned this a lot, but sometimes it matters to me. I will only go to Tokyo maybe for a vacation. Tokyo has so much to see and so much food to eat, and you have a lot of a fresh experience in this city. But I will reconsider having a life over there. Sometimes there's way too much information. It just got me overwhelmed. Kamakura. I think this is the little city, coastal city, by Tokyo. A lot of people go there because the anime reference. I think it's called what it's called, the basketball one. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, I haven't seen that anime, but it was pretty big. I don't know. It was a pretty chill coastal city. Didn't remember it too much though. Yeah, I'll give it a mid. B tier. Hakodate. Hakodate. The only thing I remember was the night city observation. Everybody just went on the mountain and just see the sunset and see the whole cityscape turn into a night city. Like that was basically what this city about. I don't really remember anything else though. Yeah, for some reason nothing just like caught up my eyes from this city. Muroran was the first city in Hokkaido we went to. All I remember was it is a coastal city also, but there was a lighthouse and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll give it a C. Yeah, don't remember too much about it. Fulano is actually a Fulano, and also the area around Fulano was like the classic vibe what Hokkaido is supposed to be. Like if you talk about Hokkaido with me, like all the vibe I can remember is from Fulano. Like lots of like flower fields, and you can take a bike to the countryside, the country road. Like it was a fun time. If Tokyo is overwhelming to you, like Fulano is a good choice for you to take a time off. Yeah. Okinawa. Okay, I had some fun time over there. Basically, I'm ranking the whole island. Obviously, it has multiple cities on this island, but yeah, I'm gonna give A tier as well. If you wanna enjoy Japanese culture and also the beach vibe, Okinawa is definitely the best choice. The American village was pretty good. I enjoyed my time over there, honestly. Yeah. Okay, this is a big one because Suzhou is my hometown, the city I was born and the city I was growing up at. There might be some nostalgic bias, but objectively, it's a brilliant city. I have to give it the S tier. Personally, I'm not too fascinated about the culture and the lifestyle in China, but like Suzhou, first of all, I'm just obsessed with how crazy and fast the development they had like for this city. Like there was one area by the area I was living at. Like it was all the farmlands, and one decade later, it was just skyscrapers all around. They just came out of nowhere. I was like, how did they do it? That was insane. That was crazy, dude. I think Suzhou has some equivalent life of some European cities and towns. Although it has a lot of people, like the population is like really high, like millions of people, but it's got old towns and city center, and like a lot of people. Like it's actually a tourist city. Like a lot of people came to Suzhou for vacation and for holidays. They visit the old town, the water village. Like it's got some Venice vibe as well. Like they call this a Chinese Venice, some stuff. And the city center is pretty stunning as well. The Gate of Orient is a great architecture. Like probably my top 10 favorite architecture in the world. So yeah, I mean objectively, it's a very nice city. Maybe to live also, but I've lived there for like almost 2 decades, and I've got used to everything. Maybe like tired of everything also. Yeah, but I don't mind going back and live there longer, spend my time with my family. I think it's one of the best cities in China. Shanghai. Okay, a lot of people know Shanghai, but they don't know Suzhou. Like every time I told them, if you visit Shanghai, make sure to check out Suzhou. It will surprise you. I don't know. I feel like Shanghai is just a international and a bigger version of Suzhou. You know what I mean? Like it's got more diverse people nowadays over there. You can also enjoy some like old classic historical Chinese culture over there. A lot of like historical buildings. Actually, I think the European architecture is the only thing that fascinated me from this city. I went to Shanghai mostly for business trip. Like I wouldn't go there for maybe like a vacation just cause it's Shanghai. Obviously I've been to this city lots of times like throughout my childhood, but every time I was there, every time I left this city, there wasn't a single moment I was like, oh, I don't want to leave, I love this city. Like there was nothing. Yeah, but a lot of like global events and international stuff, they take they take place in Shanghai. That's just how it is. Sometimes I just have to go there just to get some stuff done. I think it's pretty mid for me. Yeah. All right, Beijing. I might get a lot of hate on this one, but I'm not a big fan of Beijing. If you want really like a hardcore historical culture and lifestyle, go to Beijing. Like it's really really different from the outside world and stuff. I don't know, like the Beijing. I'm just not a big fan of Beijing lifestyle. It's just you need to show like a lot of like appreciation, and the lifestyle is like associated with the classical, Chinese culture. It's been like thousands of years and stuff, and it's got the historical palace and some other building. They're not for me. The Great Wall, it was stunning, but I only went there one time. It was packed with people, and it was hot as hell. And all I was doing was just like climbing the stairs, and it wasn't enjoyable. Like Great Wall, it looks fine on the picture, but like I was there, I was just it's just a bunch of stairs in front of me. Like there's no place for me to enjoy the long wall and stuff. Maybe it was a wrong area I went to, but yeah, I'm not too crazy about the Great Wall as well. So yeah, I don't know. I have zero desire of going to this city. Harbin. Okay, you know what? I can find a lot of connection between Shanghai and Harbin because a lot of good stuff Shanghai had, Harbin also has it. Harbin is the northern city. It's closer to the borders, so it's got some diverse groups as well. And there's some minorities. You can learn something new from people from other groups, and it's got some like a very very colorful and Western or maybe like Russian architecture. I found that really interestingly attractive to me. They don't have a lot of crowds, and it's not overwhelming to me. The only downside of Harbin, I would say, is it's a pretty northern city, so it's got a lot of snows, and it's getting really really cold in the winter. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a naturally beautiful city to me. Yeah, Changchun. There's literally nothing over there. The only thing I remember is we went to an amusement park, not a theme park, like an ordinary amusement park. I think that was associated with Universal Pictures. So it's basically a Universal studio, like the movie park, and that was unironically the worst amusement park I've been to. Everything was, I don't know, boring to me. The ride is short and unfun, and the art style was, I don't know, it's very very questionable, and I didn't get that much, the movie magic showcase whatsoever. Yeah, I don't know about this city. Yeah, I was just existing over there. Wait, what is this one? 五大连池. Okay, it's the city about volcanoes. It was okay-ish, but I'm not too crazy about it. Yichun, I think that's when we went to like a national park. Yeah, I don't remember too much about it either. City. Hangzhou. This city just straightly just overwhelming to me. Like, the biggest icon of this city is that West Lake. I don't know what makes this lake so special to me. It's just it's just a common lake. I don't know about this city, honestly. Okay, Xiamen. I think it was 2013. I went there by myself to attend a drum competition. I don't know. This city didn't feel that modernly satisfying to me. Yeah, I'll give it below average. Like nothing really stands out to me. Okay, lastly we have Sanya. I will give Sanya an S tier. Sanya, if you haven't heard of it, it's actually like the Miami city of China. If you like beaches, if you want a beach vibe, just go to Sanya. I think this is the southernmost city of China. The southern sea was actually not that bad. I feel like this is an equivalent level between Sanya and Miami, or maybe like LA, I don't know. And at the same time, you can still feel the Chinese culture, and there are some minorities over there. You can learn something new also. Like they gave tourists some shows from those like indigenous people. That was a fun time. I don't know. Yeah, Jeddah. Yeah, no, wasn't having fun over there. I feel like I'm just not belong to that place because just how different it is. Like nothing's really attached with me. Okay, we're doing Europe now. Moscow, Russia. Yeah, no, C tier. Just like I rank Russia as C tier. I only spent 2 days in Russia, 2 days in Moscow. I've tried my best to like my experience of these 2 days. Like the city itself is okay. Like Moscow has some really beautiful architectures. The Red Square and the Kremlin, like they're brilliant. They look gorgeous. But I just got unlucky, I guess. Like I had a really rough 2 day experience, like including some like rough conversation between the locals. It is what it is. Sophia's an A. Really nice country to visit. The city itself was it's not overwhelming to me. Yeah, like have space to explore around. The locals are really friendly. They have the curiosity and the willing to connect with you. And I also feel safe over there, like even like walking on the street and stuff. Vienna, yeah, like what I did in my country list, I think it's a mid city. It's just too many people. I got really fascinated by the architecture, the churches, and some other stuff. I spent also like 2 days over there. 2 days is enough for me in the city center at least. Yeah, overall it's just a little bit too much. Once again, make sure check out the country list first, because I break down more about all these cities and countries, because I need to speed these things up. Okay, Prague. Prague is S tier, I think. So one of my favorite cities. Czech Republic, I would say it's kind of underrated. Food is pretty good. People there averagely really nice. Culture wise and landscape wise, like they're not worse than any other cities. You can enjoy a very like a classic European life in Prague. It's a very great comfort zone for you to be if you want to enjoy Europe. Berlin, okay, I will give Berlin another chance in the future because I only been there for a very very short period of time. But I have to give it a C tier. The vibe just didn't feel pleasant to me. There are some like sketchy areas I've been to, and it's one of the biggest cities in Europe. So of course it has like all kinds of people over there. So to be fair, I haven't checked out the top tourist attraction. I mean, I don't have to, but like every time people talk to you about Berlin, oh, you've been to Berlin, you must been to this bar, that bar, but I never went there. So maybe it's very controversial for me, but I'm just ranking the vibe. The vibe of Berlin is just not that great to me. Gorlitz, on the other hand, I'm gonna give Gorlitz A tier. I'm ranking Gorlitz, but I'm also ranking some other like tiny cities around Gorlitz because I went there on the same day. I think that province is called Saxony. I think it's got a very typical German town vibe and as well as some Polish vibe because Gorlitz is the city by the border of Poland. Yeah, I just had a lot of space to explore around. The more space I have, the more connection I can feel attached to this country. I think Gorlitz is a nice area to explore around. Okay, Poland, let's do this. Wroclaw. You know what? I think it's S tier. I didn't spend too much time, but I'm really, really willing to stay there longer if I had another chance. Because I really like the architecture. They're really like colorful and unique, and it feels like you're in the fairy tale story. The city itself is not that sketchy or dirty. Also, I saw some of those like miniature like on the ground, like telling us some like stories and stuff. I think that sounds very very creative and interesting. It's like an Easter egg of this city. So yeah, I think the vibe is just really pleasant over there. Yeah. Krakow. Um, I mean, there are some similarities between Wrocław and Krakow, but I'm gonna give Krakow a A. I was pretty sick when I arrived over there, and also some of the iconic architecture they were under construction, so it was pretty unfortunate. I guess I felt like there's a bigger crowd in Krakow than Wrocław. Architecture wise, I feel like it's pretty similar. Warsaw, on the other hand, I'm gonna give it A. Warsaw is like the most modern city of Poland, but it also has an old town. If you want to enjoy the modernness of the city vibe, you got your modern areas, and if you still want to explore the European historical culture, you can still go to the old town. So Warsaw it just gives you a lot of options to pick. As a capital city, of course, it has a lot of people and lots of traffic. That's how it is. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give Krakow a B tier. When I left Warsaw, I feel like there's still some stuff I wanted to see, but for Krakow, I feel like I was in a rush. I want to go to the next destination. Like I wasn't like missing this place too much. Once again, I'll give Krakow another chance. I will go there. I will visit there again to take everything in. Okay, Dansk. I think this is the only major city like by the northern coast of the Poland. So it was pretty fun. I would say taking the train also to up north to the Hell. It was pretty stunning as well. I mean the only downside is like Poland is not a tropical, country. So the beach vibe you can only feel it during the summertime. I guess winter gets really really cold over there. But otherwise, Dansk I will probably have a life over there if it's a tropical place. Poznan, I spent 1 day over there by myself. I would say I enjoy my relaxing walk on the street. There was not a lot of people over there. I feel like all these inland city has a lot of similarities, but yeah, I think Poznan is like pretty average among all these inland cities. Okay, Lithuania. We have Vilnius. I think Vilnius is kind of made, but I want to go there again to check more places. Cause like there was some moments I was like lollygag on the street. I didn't know where to go, but maybe I wasn't prepared. But I'll be more prepared next time. Kaunas, I'll give it an A. I feel like Kaunas is more chill and it has some historical buildings, castles, and by the lake. Like I had some relaxing time, like by the lake and stuff. Anikshey, that's a little town by my camp. I still remember like I walked 3 hours to this town just for a grocery. That was something. I'll give it an A tier. It was a chill little town. Okay, Spain's gonna storm this tier list. Okay, here we go. Malaga, easy A tier. I mean, when I was there, I was just like going back and forth. But like Malaga as a major city of the southern area of Spain, which is one of my favorite places in the world. I think Malaga's got a vibe check. I love the food, I love the people. Southern Spain just feels like a large old town, like coming all together. There's not too much modernness about it, but I guess that's why I'm such a big fan. Madrid, on the other hand, like it's got some modern, vibe. Of course, it's the capital city. The theme park, I think it's called Warner Prague, the best theme park I've been to. But overall, I have to give Madrid a tier. Sevilla, yeah, I think same thing. Yeah, really enjoy the vibe. Like it's not too urban, and some of the churches and castles are the largest and the most, epic I've ever seen. Marbella is, I think that's a little city. Like we spent our time like living over there. Like Marbella is basically our base. There was a villa, like a resort. We were staying. We met a lot of like, good peoples over there. Like they got a really really warm and enthusiastic hospitality. Yeah, I'm really a big fan of that area. I miss those people also. All right, Granada. It's a solid little city. The Alhambra, solid place to visit. It was a little bit dry, but it was okay. Overall, it's just I had an amazing time. Tarifa was I think that's the city by the Gibraltar. Over there, you can get some coastal vibe. I liked it, but not too crazy about it as much as I for the Marbella and Sevilla area. Mijas also, yeah. Really like the landscape of the town over there. Ronda, the famous bridge. Yeah, I guess the same thing. Like spending a 1 day trip over there was amazing. And after that, you're like, life goes on. It was an amazing time. Yeah. Lisbon. I think Lisbon's also an A. Maybe an S, but I feel like there's much more like a better place in Portugal I haven't been to. But I had an amazing time in Lisbon as well. I broke down more in the previous video as well, but like Portugal, it can be one of the perfect countries to me as well. Alright, brace yourself for the US cities. Las Vegas, the first city I went in my life in the US. I think also an A tier, very unique. Also my first time like checking out a casino based city. It has a street with a lot of like mini models of global tourist attractions, and that was really gorgeous. I was amazed by how well done this city was designed. It's like a little oasis in the desert. It can get really hot and dry, but yeah, I think it's a solid city to spend a week or two. I did check out casino. I really love the vibe, but I was under 18, so I didn't gamble. I have no desire for gamble as well, so that's why maybe the city is not as tier for me. Los Angeles. Oh my god, this freaking city. Used to be my top one city, like no question. But I lived there for like 1.5 years. I have to give it an A tier. I think that's the highest I can give it to this city. I can yap about this city for hours, but overall, it's got a great ocean vibe, great climate, great weather, great beaches. I'm a film person, so Hollywood area was one of my dream places I wanted to be. Now let's talk about the downside. Everything it just feels so spread out, and you have to do everything by yourself because no one's gonna babysit you or help you do everything. Because Los Angeles is one of the few places on earth you need to be 100% independent mentally and physically. I didn't even have a car, so it was pretty struggle to have a life over there. Everything costs a lot of money. Even though the vibe is like perfect, the more you live there, you just feel stuck, like if you don't have the resource, if you don't have the network, there's literally nothing you can do for your life over there. But it's one of the best cities to spend on a vacation. I'll give you that. Santa Barbara pretty much have the same LA vibe, but yeah, beside the beach, I don't remember anything else about this place. I'll give it a B. I think it's pretty mid, yeah. Okay, Solvang. You know what? This might be genuinely the best city or town for me in the United States. The moment I went there for the first time in 2012, I just feel so attached to the vibe of this city. I think it's got a Danish vibe. I didn't know too much about Denmark or like Danish culture that much, but the first time one day I see the horse cart and some like a very very unique street design and architecture, I was like, oh my god, this place was something else. And a few years ago I went there again, spent a whole day over there, and it still didn't disappoint me. Like, it was clean, peaceful, the windmill and the architecture is still stunning. It was just a beautiful city. And there's also the nature, the countryside vibe. You can go off the city to relax yourself, you know. The neighborhood might be a little bit expensive to have a life over there, but if I have a chance, I don't mind having a life over there. Maybe another time, I don't know. I love Sylvan, yeah. San Jose, okay, we're going slowly to the north. Um, it's okay. It's a nice little area, peaceful area. Not too crazy about it. San Francisco, the city by the ocean, but it felt like a mountain city to me. I think it's an AT as well. I mean, a lot of like iconic places from the movies or generally, it's a great coastal city. I had the best crab meal over there, as I remember. Yeah, the seafood was pretty good. Kenwick, what kind of place was that? I think this is one of the cities we drove past by and we spent some time over there. I don't remember anything about it. Yeah, so obviously nothing's like really attached to me. Sorry about that. Okay, Spokane. I think that's the most inland city I've been to in the U.S. Yeah, it's kind of mid as well. It was pretty fresh, and the lake was pretty good. Like, it's giving me some Canadian vibe as well. Yeah, Seattle. I think Seattle's also kind of mid. Yeah, I spent like 1.5 days over there. It was pretty sunny, but a lot of people told me Seattle is pretty much like a Vancouver. A lot of people go there for business. I don't know. I can't think of a reason why we for a vacation or something. Of course, it's got some like museums and attraction places, but yeah, nothing too crazy about this city, honestly. New York City. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put New York City next to LA. These two cities, they're very different, but I think they're on the same level of enjoyment. Two different versions, two different styles, but I feel like I have the same amount of excitement and impression towards these two. To be fair, I didn't live there. I only like went there for a tour. I went there like 3 or 4 times already. Also, one of the most popular cities as well. I don't want to talk about how tight this city feels, and LA feels extremely like wide open. The design is also kind of interesting. Like there's a one big central park in the middle of Manhattan. I also been to the Metropolitan Museum of Art. That's genuinely the best museum I've ever been to. It's gorgeous. Philadelphia, oh my god. This is the only city I had alive over there. I went there for college, so I basically lived there for 3 years. I went to college for film, but this city got nothing to do with film. It's a historical place, and you can learn a lot of like history and some stuff like American culture. You have a very like classic American life over there. It doesn't feel very international, but it is a very diverse city as well. One of the problems these cities have is the gentrification, basically living in the poor neighborhood while our campus is like a rich area. I don't know, like this is probably one of the few cities I want to avoid because I have no reason to go back to. Maybe I will go back only for the halal guys. You know those food trucks, but you can also find them in New York City as well. Maybe a C. I mean, my college was okay. I had some fun time meeting some like good people over there. Yeah, we spent some good times as well. Okay, DC. DC was surprisingly pretty clean and pretty peaceful as well. Like I feel like because American politics is so controversial, like people fight each other a lot. Like I was assuming like DC may be a chaotic city, but I went there in 2018 and 19. It was fine. Yeah, I give it a B tier. Feels about right. Atlantic City. I mean, I went there just for some like beach vibe and casino. Yeah. Surprisingly, this is another casino city. So it's a little bit Las Vegas paired with Miami, I would say. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's mid city as well. Buffalo. Yeah, I'm not too crazy about Buffalo. If it includes Niagara Falls was probably the only thing that kept me attached. Yeah, Buffalo. I heard a lot of crime happening in Buffalo, and nothing's really standing out to me as well. If it's not for Niagara Falls, it's definitely D tier. You know what? I'll move Philly to D. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just had a really struggling farewell to the city, and I was like, I will never go back to that city once again. But I know you gotta never say never. But yeah, for now, this is how it is. Reading is the little city in Pennsylvania. Yeah, no, I'm not too crazy about this also. The only unique thing is the pagoda, but pagoda's not for me. Otherwise, I wouldn't rank Beijing as D tier. Okay, Florida. St. Augustine. I think that's in the middle of the coastline in Florida. It was okay-ish. Yeah, I'll give it a B tier. It's pretty peaceful. The ocean breeze was pretty nice. Yeah. Miami. I feel like Miami is just another version of Los Angeles. It's like an alternative city of LA. I actually found a lot of similarities, but like Miami is just LA without the movie culture, without that big of a diverse communities. I think we all go there just for the beaches or the parties, but you can do that also in Los Angeles as well. Yeah, I'll give it a B tier because I'm a beach boy, so I can't say no to Miami. Key West, on the other hand, I actually love the vibe of Key West. I'll give it an A tier. The driveway all the way down to from Miami to Key West. It was pretty relaxing and beautiful. This little town also gave me some Solvan kind of tranquility, but it's just a little American town built all the way down in the south, surrounded by oceans and beaches. By the way, you know what this means? Solvan is actually based on Danish culture, which means Europe is honestly my favorite continent, not America. Period. Alright, Canada, we have Vancouver. Yeah, no. I think it's pretty mid. I went there for the first time for summer school. It was a fun time, but other than that, nothing is really attractive to me from this city. I heard this city rains a lot, like a lot of people call this Vancouver. Nowadays, it's just another Los Angeles city with expensive cost of livings and other shenanigans. The vibe is okay, but yeah, other than that, wasn't enjoyable. Okay, Kamloops, this is the city I'm at right now. I'm here for another college master's degree. I will pick Kamloops over Vancouver. This city is pretty dry, but it's a little peaceful city to live. I think this is the little city people pass by when they want to get out of British Columbia, they will pass by Kamloops and they will take a break over here. That's why this city has a lot of hotels and stuff. This is also when I lived in a hotel for 8 months straight, and it was an interesting experience. But overall, I feel safe over here. It's like a little comfort zone. Other than that, it's just kind of boring. Yeah. Kelowna, you know what? I think Kelowna is the best city in the British Columbia. It has the Kamloops vibes, but there's a more a party vibe about this city. It has some stunning lakes, and it has the actual beaches by the lake. That's one thing I'm really really surprised by. It's an inland city, but when I went there in May, I feel like I was in Florida for some reason. People are really chill, and I had a lot of fun over there. And it's not as dry as Kamloops. I feel like Kelowna might be really perfect if you want to have maybe a life after you retire. It's got a really relaxing vibe. It has a larger population, but not as much as Vancouver. So that's why Kelowna might be an ideal city for me if I want to have a life in British Columbia, Canada. Banff has really great natures and tourist attractions and stuff. I think this is a touristy city. Things over there, they get really really expensive. If you're really into natures and mountains, national parks, Banff is a top tier place. What is this? Invermere? Oh, I think that's a small city by Banff. I don't remember too much, but we were staying there, and I had a really really nice meal of pulled pork sandwich. Yeah, wouldn't remember too much about this city. Vietnam, it's a little town right above Kelowna. If Kelowna is an S tier, I can say no to Vietnam. Vietnam is, I think we saw the crystal blue lake in Vietnam. So beautiful. Oh my god. Okay, last one is Victoria. I feel like I should spend more time in Victoria because this city has the potential to be very ideal city for me to live. Maybe I'll go there maybe later this year, but I think for now it's an A tier. I saw really great architecture. I feel like this is another Vancouver, but it's more chill and colorful and peaceful. Yeah, next time I'll spend more time in Victoria Island rather than just Vancouver. I think that's what I would do. Okay, I don't really want to bother everything below S tier. I think I'll just let it stay as it is because it's just too much. But for S tier, I want to rearrange a little bit. If I need to pick one city to live for my life, I don't know, I will probably pick Marbella maybe. Mainly because the people and the neighborhood over there was like really joyful and pleasant. It was a large like a comfort zone for me to be, I feel safe, I feel welcomed, I feel all the friendliness, the hospitality. I will be there for my life. And then I will probably spend my life in Malaga. And then and then Prague. Yeah. Prague is the third one. And then I'm gonna go with Wroclaw. Yes, and for the fifth one, Sevilla, you take the fifth spot. And then probably I'll go with Kelowna. Yes, Kelowna, yes. And then Sanya, the tropical city of China. And then maybe Solvang. I'll put Suzhou at last because I spent most of my life in Suzhou, and obviously I want to check out. I want to try the rest of them first before committing Suzhou because I've been there for such a long time. So honestly, it's pretty surprising to me personally because Marbella has actually take the top spot. I actually didn't see this coming. So yeah, this is my official tier list. Maybe part one. After I explore more city, I'll probably do a part two. I don't know if you guys like it. It's very controversial, I know, but it's fully subjective. You can rate Philadelphia as an S tier to you. I got no problem with that. It's just my tier list. If you guys want to discuss anything more, if you guys have any questions, just let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this tier list. I'll see you next time.